Hi, everybody. I'm actually going to say very little because the film will say everything, and then afterwards we can do a Q&A. We do have a Facebook page. You can become a fan, and then you'll find out all the wonderful things that are happening. It's facebook.com/whatonearth. So we really would like to collect fans, because then you become our cheering squad. I'll tell you what I'm looking for now. I'm looking to send out email to sell my DVD and to popularize this. I'm looking for whoever has huge email lists who would be sympathetic, who would have targeted audiences. So if anybody knows people like that, we'll do a little revenue sharing and it'd be a good deal for everybody. But I am ardently looking for that right now, so I would appreciate any help I can get. So I don't think I'm going to say any more now. We'll wait until you all see my film. The other thing I would tell you is we have a gorgeous website. It's absolutely beautiful and it's fun. It's a flash website. It's whatonearththemovie.com, and you'll find it on my little card here. I have 5,000 of these, so if you want to take a stack and leave them and wherever you want to leave them, that would be swell. But the website is really very cute, and you would enjoy tripping around in it. So enjoy my movie, and I will be back afterwards.
Worldviews determine what we allow ourselves to perceive.
Our existing worldview and the way we think right now is failing us.
To stand up for entirely new and unfamiliar realities requires a lot of heroism.
It was only, what, 1620 that they put Galileo on house arrest?
Everyone found it astonishing that these complicated works of art, sometimes as big as 2 football fields, were turning up in crop fields overnight. In fact, eyewitnesses say the patterns take only seconds to go down.
We've got this breathtaking beauty. This is phenomenon A. Phenomenon B is that the world can ignore it.
Yes, there are man-made formations, but the totality of it is such that there has to be something bigger at work here.
The first time I walked into a circle, it was like, oh my God, what has the power to do this?
In terms of the real world as it is, this could not be made here.
You know, when I sit and think about it, I mean, that whole concept, encoded geometrical designs in wheat fields, is just so far out there.
The most successful areas of research in crop formations are undoubtedly geometry and mathematics, because it's about the unfolding of the mathematical or geometrical structure within creation.
You cannot take crop circles in isolation. They're a tip of a multi-tipped iceberg, and they connect up with UFOs, they connect up with psychic phenomena.
Governments, armies, church does not want this out in the world because it changes the world, it changes humanity.
Is the crop circle phenomenon going to unite us as one humanity in relation to other intelligent life? Will we become better stewards of the planet and we live in peace?
That is so gorgeous. You look at that and you think, what on earth made that?
We're going to have questions and answers if you guys want to line up.
I didn't notice any of the so-called artificial crop circle makers, the ones that, well, like I noticed you mentioned you had a song about Doug and Dave, but I'm sure there's some human beings involved who are far more sophisticated.
Yes, we did talk about them. The Team Satan were the first ones that came after Doug and Dave. They're now called Circle Makers. They call themselves, they have a website, circlemakers.com, but they used to be called Team Satan. And we showed them making them in the film there.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
there are a lot of hoaxes, you know. There's still huge controversy about how much of this phenomenon is hoaxed, and you'll find that the people who are deeply involved in it are very conflicted about it. Some people will tell you, oh, it's just about 10%, and other people will tell you it's more like 90%. But I think that, that the hoaxing they've gotten better. And I think that hoaxing has become more of an issue in the last few years. They used to do terrible geometry, and that was one of the ways that you could tell that circles were hoaxed. You look and you say, you know, you just map them out geometrically, and they were terrible. But they've acquired good geometers now, and their technique has gotten better. So it's a plague. But, you know, I also think it keeps us sharp. It makes us really reach. It makes us really work for this. And then we kind of own it when we have it. It's not like somebody gave us this gift and everything's fine. No, we probably wouldn't appreciate it. It's like what they say, why don't they land on the White House lawn? Well, we probably shoot them, you know. I think once you kind of have to really study and figure out, and then realization dawns, oh yes, this is what makes it something beyond hoaxing. This is what's really real. Oh my gosh, we really are being visited. Then it's part of us, you know. Then we've really changed. And I think that's my speculation about part of this, what's going on. Because, you know, you might say, oh, hoaxers, oh, terrible, terrible. But because they do louse you up. A lot of study goes on and analysis goes on, and then you find out, oh, we're working on a fake. But I think it really gets us to the place where we've bonded with this thing. It has merged with us, and I think that's really part of this important process going on, where we are going to get to the place where we accept the fact that there is other intelligence. And I think the circles are the easiest way we're going to accept it. Because you can study them, you know. I mean, God bless if it happens through the UFO phenomenon, but I got really more plugged into the circles because I thought that was that was a way that you could be more definitively come to the conclusion that we are being visited. You can't deny it. You can measure it. You can take it into the laboratory, and you know after that you know something is going on.
Colin Andrews has been one of the well-publicized skeptical authorities in crop circles. Did you have a debate or discussion with him in the course of making?
Oh, I know him very well. Yeah, we all know each other. You know, I've been involved in this phenomenon for 20 years. I wasn't a filmmaker who went and found a subject. I was a subject that made film about it. How do you get the public to know something that you're passionate about? You make movies. And he is not a skeptic about the fact that there's no phenomenon. He came out with that kind of famous announcement, 2003 or so, give or take, that 80% of them were hoaxed over the 2-year period that he was dealing with. Well, if that's the fact, okay, then there's 20 of them that aren't hoaxed. You know, all you have to do is have a real phenomenon. It doesn't matter what the proportions are. But that was actually a very specious thing that he did. To the best of my knowledge, Michael Glickman has a very detailed analysis of Colin Andrews' appearance on Coast to Coast, where line by line he took apart what the authority that Colin Andrews was speaking with about that situation. And you come away with it thinking... And then the backstory that I understand is that the newspapers, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but the newspapers approached Colin Andrews. Is there anything new in the crop circle world? He likes publicity, Colin. And he said, call me back later. And he cooked up that story. That's my understanding.
We're going to wrap it up. Thank you.
Well, thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Do get on my mailing list. If you know, I'm very happy to send you DVDs. Thank you.